Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are at the Bikers Barn, Gurgaon, a one-of-a-kind space that's quickly become very popular with bikers and food lovers alike. So today I'm with the founders, who also happen to be my very good friends. Today we'll dive into the journey, what inspired them to create one of the biggest biker-centric spaces in India. Johnson, Sandeep, welcome
Hi.
to the channel,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
and
much
let's
for
get
having
started.
us.
Ride your motorcycles for yourself, not for Instagram, not for social media. And do the same with this place.
It's also when Ramal crossed the stage. Come on!
So, guys, can you introduce yourselves? Tell the viewers a bit about your background and where did the idea of the Bikers Barn come from?
So, hi guys, hello everyone. I'm Sandeep Jakhad, one of the founders of the Bikers Barn. Uh, Doing this full time since 2 years now, including the construction, and we're running it since a year now. Prior to that, I've been running another cafe called Tail Club since 7 years now. So I've been into the F&B space for quite a bit. Before that, I was a marketer. I was into brand management, and yeah, so I've always been a biker by passion. Always wanted to do something like this, and when I got the opportunity, I had to do this, and because of this, that's how I got introduced to Johnson, and we came together to make this happen.
Yeah. My name is Johnson. I'm basically from Bombay, so I have that kind of an accent of Bombay accent as well. So unfiltered version of me. So yeah, I met Sandeep a couple of years back. My wife knows him. She's a customer at Tail Club itself. She's been taking a dog since quite some time. She introduced me to Sandeep. That's where we started bonding in terms of the biking part of it. Like he's a biker, used to ride. He bought a bike, the Continental, and that's when I got my Interceptor 6
Same
months down
year,
the line.
same
Same
year,
year
actually.
itself. So we had this connect of biking. So we knew that this is something that we have as a common passion. And in the past, I worked as a finance. I had a finance background basically. Worked in a lot of different companies. Met Sandeep, spoke about this concept of Bikers Barn, and right now it's 1.5 years and we're still running it. It's going great. Touch wood.
So, why did you choose Gurgaon as the center for this?
A couple of reasons. The biggest one is that I've been here. I've been working here at my other cafe, Tail Club, since 7 years. So quite comfortable with the environment, and also because we needed such a huge space, very difficult to find something like that in Bombay where he comes from. So I kind of convinced him to move to Gurgaon. And as a local, originally I'm from Rohtak, but as a local from Haryana, it kind of helps me to get the work done, because when you know the language, you know the people, it's easier to do a business in a setup like this. So I think primarily that's why we chose Gurgaon. And also obviously NCR has one of the biggest population of the bikers and riders. It only made sense that we start with the hometown. And yeah, and then he was okay in moving here.
Because obviously it doesn't make sense to have this kind of a space in Bombay. There's no space actually, so it doesn't
You
make
won't
sense.
find a space in Bombay like
You'll have
this.
to go all the way outside.
It's in
Yeah,
the
basically,
premises.
so basically in Bombay you have a couple of locations. That's it, like Lonavala and some other places. But other than that, you don't have a proper area wherein bikers can go there. It has to be in the city, is what we primarily thought would be the best option. So that riders who retired, people who are working, just retired, army, naval, different fields, they can all come. It's like a common spot to meet up. Even people who are traveling as well. So it's easier.
Also, I think most of the metro cities, if you want a land like this premises on an acre and a half of piece of land, you'll usually have to go really outside the city. But we wanted to be in the city because we just didn't want it to be a weekend business. Like your typical bikers cafe that you see these days, these are like out like 50 kilometers, 100 kilometers on the highway somewhere, and they usually cater to only weekend crowds. So we wanted to be in the middle of the city, not only be there for breakfast rides, but also as a regular restaurant when the bikers, they can call this space their own. So even when they're not riding, they can come here with their friends, hang out, they can come with their families.
Families as well.
Yeah, so we wanted to be within the city limits.
What makes the Bikers Barn different from other, I would say, motorcycle-centric spaces? What do you think is different here, and why did you want to create that?
We'll have a long list of it.
Yeah, actually.
but
But probably
yeah.
we can say that we had our own experience wherein, so basically my Interceptor that's parked here, it's from Bombay. So we had come down all the way from Gurgaon. We rode that bike back. Even on the journey back itself, we couldn't find a place where we could peacefully have a meal without even getting worried about the bike. Like we parked the bike, we are having some meals. Focus is majorly on the bike. If all the gears are there, are people like trying to look at the bike, coming close to the bike, touching it, fiddling around with the bike. Basically, we didn't want that. Even when we stayed in a hotel as well, it's very difficult for a biker to get his bike parked in the right spot. Like you're always pushed to the side. Different cafes, like you mentioned, things here. Our space has everything focused on the bikers. Like since the time you come here, park your bike, get inside the cafe, you have a space for your helmets, the jackets. Washroom is equipped with benches so that people who want to come here, they're drenched in rain like this weather itself. They can go inside, get themselves changed, sit peacefully, keep your gears. It works out easier compared to any other cafe. Most of the cafes that are there are basically a theme based. It has a biking theme, but not a biker centric cafe, is what I would say. You can add to it.
Also, I think if you don't go to a specific biker space, say for a Sunday morning breakfast or a brunch, you go to a really nice restaurant in a 5-star property, you look like aliens. Like people will look at you like they don't know who's walked in.
Definitely.
And you feel out of the place with all the gears and everything. You walk in and you just feel that you don't belong there. So we wanted to create a space which is as good as any fine dining restaurant, but at the same time feels like it's made for the bikers. So they should feel right at home, they should feel comfortable, and the amenities are also created keeping that in mind.
This place is called the biggest hangout spots for bikers and I think food lovers as well. So what makes this place stand out?
I think the size and scale is definitely a huge plus when you walk into this space. The moment you walk in, even the restaurant building or the entire premises that we have. The biggest reason behind it that we wanted the parking to be inside the premises, so the bikers can have their meals at peace. They can see their bikes through this facade that you see up front. So while you're having a meal, you can see outside where your bike is parked and it's safe. We can accommodate almost 200 bikes here. So that's a huge appeal when you walk into the space, ride into the space. Then talking about the amenities, basically, as earlier Johnson mentioned, the interiors of it are designed as per the bikers' needs, whether it's the racks for the helmets or jackets, or the benches in the washrooms. Other than that, we also have a hostel here on the premises. So if somebody is going across the country and riding through NCR, they can have a stopover here. We have partnered
Partners
here
right
with Path Pavers now, so they have a workshop set up here. You can get your bike worked upon. They have a retail shop as well, so you want to shop gears. The whole idea was basically create one-stop shop for everybody. Then we also have some indoor games for people. Bikers really enjoy playing pool. We have a dartboard, foosball table, and everything is there. So it's a good spot to hang out with your buddies, plan your rides, have your coffee, come here for dinner with your families. Like it's completely focused on bikers, but at the same time, it doesn't mean necessarily that only the riders are welcome here. Even enthusiasts. Maybe you don't own a bike, but you love bikes. or you want to be in a space like this, or you want to hang out with the bikers. It makes totally sense.
How did you come up with the design and the overall vibe of this place?
See, the design, one thing we were very clear that there should be enough space to move around in the restaurant. So typically restaurants you'll find the tables are set very close because the constraint of space. We didn't have that. So we, as bikers, when you're with the gears, with the helmets, you definitely need more space to move around the restaurant. And also bikers, they usually ride in the groups. So it's not like a 2-table or a 4-table typical restaurant. So we get people where they're like riding in the groups of 30s and 40s. So the space and managing the space is very important for us. So the way it's designed is keeping that in mind, that there might be a herd of riders walking in any time, especially for Sunday mornings and Saturday mornings. Design, we wanted to keep it very minimal, not overdo. At the same time, we didn't want to go completely towards fine dining because we wanted to keep that rustic vibe to it, a bit industrial as well. So just finding that balance was a bit difficult for us initially, because always we were discussing, even when talking about the furniture or the cutlery, crockery that we use, we were always thinking कि यार ये कप ज़्यादा formal तो नहीं लग रहा है, या फिर ये ज़्यादा local तो नहीं लग रहा है, ज़्यादा देसी तो नहीं हो रहा है. So we had to find that balance somewhere in the middle. Even these coffee mugs that we use for like cappuccinos, we wanted these camping mugs specifically. We didn't want those typical white ceramic mugs. So everything has been thought keeping
Minimal in mind.
bikers in mind, and trying to set that balance that it's not overdone, but at the same time it's functional.
Hygiene as well.
Hygiene, major.
Hygiene was a major part of it.
Because
usually people consider
yeah.
it's very difficult to find a place for bikers which are hygienic as well, clean. So we wanted to make sure if someone visits the space, they have a clean space, they have a clean washroom. Things are the same way like you would find in the day 1 till day 100
Yeah,
or
clean
day
washrooms
1000,
are a
whatever.
major issue. I think you must have experienced yourself while riding
Yeah.
on
Even
the
on the
highways
highways
and
itself.
wherever you stop. Yeah,
It's very difficult to find a clean washroom.
I think hygiene is very hard to find in some of these places.
Yeah, that's true.
And
because
it's not even on the highways. Even
Even the
within the
restaurants.
city where people regularly go,
It's difficult to find a spot.
I mean, it's just difficult to use the restrooms.
That's
If it's difficult for men to use the restrooms, I can only imagine how it is for women.
absolutely. And these days, I think people are also getting aware. So they'll compromise on the food. They're like,
Yeah.
if you're riding on the highway, you'll be okay if the food is average.
Yeah.
But as long as the restrooms are clean, because that's a bigger concern.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So we just wanted to make sure that when you come here, it's not like another dhaba kind of a setup.
Yeah.
So the restrooms are clean. You have all the amenities that you need. There's the basic needs.
Yeah.
I mean, these are basics, but it's still difficult to find.
Even the color scheme itself, we had to keep it we had to make sure things are pretty much neutral, so that bikers itself, when we have our own gears, it's like a, what do you say, like a palette of colors. So we didn't want to make sure that the place is painted in a way that mixes and merges everything one after the other, like
Yeah.
the furniture and the paints, the walls, leaving certain brick walls the way it is. We didn't paint
Yeah.
it, we just kept it natural.
Yeah.
It works out for us.
The interiors primarily, we did have an architect who helped us with the structure and the 3D modeling of the space, but interiors primarily was our own mind and how we would want the space to be. So those final touches, the small details that you see, only a biker can think of those things. So
Yeah, that's
it was easy for us. It was a lot of fun doing it, but we are glad that everybody enjoys the space now, and this is how it's come out to be.
And considering we are bikers, it doesn't mean that we don't need a green space. We have a huge space.
Yeah. The green space was major, like the landscaping and everything, because the kind of location that we have, if people who have come here, who have ridden here, they must have complained about the approach road initially. But we want to make sure once we enter the gate, it's a different world altogether. So we wanted a lot of trees, a lot of plants, landscaping. So when you're sitting here in the restaurant, you don't feel that you are in some secluded area or whatever. It feels like home. It feels comfortable.
We even have a fountain as well.
We have a huge fountain right in the middle of the lawn.
I'll show you the fountain.
Definitely.
How did you create the menu, and what are your must-try dishes and drinks that you generally recommend to people coming in?
So menu basically how we design it is keeping bikers in mind for sure. So what they typically eat for breakfast, like we have amazing omelets, we do great parathas, grilled sandwiches. But at the same time, we also do dishes if you come here for lunch or dinner. So we do pizzas, pastas. So primarily a continental menu. We also do mains. So there's grilled chicken with mashed potatoes and sorted veggies. You can have like a full course meal. So there's a right balance for breakfast options and your main course, dinner and lunch meals.
The must try would be probably the eggs. We do really
Yeah.
good bacon or pork. If
Bacon omelette,
bacon omelets are
best selling.
something that people love.
That's my
Bacon.
favorite as well.
Yeah.
And
Even grilled chicken.
Even grilled chicken with mashed potatoes. We have good barn bowls, basically the burrito bowl. That's been one of the best selling
Yeah.
till date. And pizzas, we have a special one. We have the Desmo special. That's
Yeah.
a pesto
Pesto
pizza. If
pizza.
someone is interested, people like pesto, then they should definitely try it out.
And coffee, we do some really good mocktails. There's one called Sunset at the Barn. It's like a signature mocktail for us, which is great. There is a cucumber basil coolant that we do. We have recently added some more brews, salted caramel latte hai. There's
Matcha.
matcha also we recently added. So yeah, I mean there's something for everybody. I think in the menu.
I've seen that a lot of points it says the barn life. What does that mean and where does that idea come from?
So it goes back to why we reached the name Bikers Barn. This is basically derived from the famous Route 66 in the US, where there were a lot of barns which are converted into cafes, and the riders used to do East Coast to West Coast through that highway. So, and then you see the shape of the building, it's shaped like a barn because barns are huge, a lot of space. So, it's primarily derived from there. Major influence comes from there. And the barn life basically, we wanted to create that sense of community and the culture around motorcycles. So, that's what barn life stands for us. It's purely motorcycling.
Focusing on the community,
Focusing on the
motorcycling.
community and the culture.
Yeah, culture, community, motorcycling, and trying to build a safer environment and making sure that people have a best experience over here when they come to the cafe or experience any part of the cafe, being it path pavers, workshop, or the retail part of it, or staying at the hostel. These are the things that we want to make sure that people enjoy and they have a very good time, and making sure it's a safe riding experience for everyone.
Yeah,
People
because
coming on the bike or car.
I think in today's world, there are all kinds of bikers and motorcyclists that we see, but everybody has their own definition also. So for us, the barn life, we wanted things to be a certain way, set a certain standard. So we wanted one tagline which people could associate with, which we could relate with, and that's where it comes from. So barn life, I mean, we are still building that, but that's where we are headed.
We have it
We
on all the
promote-
tables as well.
Yeah, we promote safe riding. We want to promote camaraderie. We want to promote the culture. We want to preserve the ethos of motorcycling in its truest sense. So that's where the barn life stems from.
How has the motorcycle community responded since the time you've opened?
Response has been amazing. Touch wood.
It's been a positive response
It's
from
been
the
a
start.
positive response. We had our hiccups, so I'm not saying it's all been super smooth and super good. But as with any business, specifically in restaurant line, I think there are a lot of teething issues which we also had, whether it comes to staffing, whether it comes to service, operations. So we had a lot of challenges, obviously. But in this last 1 year, I think we were able to fine tune most of it. So you will see the riders who've been coming here, and we have a very good repeat rate of the riders because they love the space, they love the food and everything, and they were kind enough to give us second chances. So we took the feedback from the bikers, worked on those, and even the teething issues that we had initially, we worked on those. So in this 1 year, we've been able to kind of fine tune
back.
everything and get back where we wanted to be. and the response has been amazing. The support has been amazing. I think that goes without saying. Anyways, in motorcycle community, I think the brotherhood, the sense of that communities have always been there. So we felt the same. Even the brands, for that matter. I'll not only talk about we'll not talk only about the riders, but also the brands have been super supportive. Whether it comes to the launch or doing any events with them, all the brands, for that matter, across the board have been super supportive, and we only had good experiences with most of the people.
Yeah, collaborating in terms of having a MotoGP night or cricket as well. We've had brands who wanted to do it, and we worked together. Like, it's very easy for us to do it together with them.
Yeah, no
And
hiccups there.
when it came to like the hiccups in the beginning itself, we had a lot of issues in terms of staffing itself, the service, the quality. We made sure
that I think every restaurant goes through.
We made sure
anyways.
that we make sure that next time when the customer comes in, they have a better experience. We apologize for that and we try to rectify it.
As long as you're working on it.
Yeah. So we made sure whatever you see today, it's a different experience probably when you come the next time, a good experience. And like how we learned in terms of small mistakes, whatever we did in terms of the hiccups or like the things when we added more of the blinds, making sure that things are kept properly.
Yeah.
I think that it's easy.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of influential people in the motorcycle community. They've made this spot as their
Pretty
regular Sunday ride spot.
You being one of them.
I'm not that influential.
I think you were the first few guys who came your
one of the first ones.
was
So you have
invited.
seen us grow, right? Like
Yes.
it's been in front of your eyes how we've been grown, and yeah, I think everybody has been super supportive.
It's very heartwarming to see where it was during the weekends, and now it's just very difficult to manage the crowd. That's all.
Yeah.
Taking their orders is a different thing,
It's
but
a good
just
problem to have.
the sheer volume
But
of
we
people
definitely
coming
don't
in
want to
every
disappoint people. But yeah, Sundays do get crowded, so we always tell people avoid coming on a Sunday morning. But most of the
coming
people
for the
ride on
first time.
Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
If you're coming for the first time, we definitely
We try
prefer you.
to we try to push people more towards Saturday
Evenings.
or say Sunday evenings or afternoon.
Yeah.
But in the summers, I think everybody rides early mornings. So we get a herd of riders, as I said earlier, ride in the first 2-3 hours, and managing 100-150 people. Everybody wants their order on
Yeah,
time, you know.
definitely.
And we are running a la carte kitchen. It's not like a buffet कि सब कुछ पहले से बना के रख दिया डब्बों में डाल दिया and you just have your दाल चावल आने के बाद. So we wanted to give that quality. It's just that we always request riders to be a bit patient. And at the end of the day, you've come for the ride, right? So hang out with your buddies, have a coffee, have a tea, play a game of pool, hang out at the path pavers, maybe check out some gears. So give us that much time to serve you good food. That's what we want to focus on.
And you might find us as well in the
But
kitchen.
yeah, we are always working.
Even on
Sunday
Sundays.
mornings, we are waiting tables.
Yeah.
He's
That's
in the
the fun
kitchen
part.
on the pass. I'm out here waiting tables. But it's good fun. No complaints. Good fun.
I've seen also good brands like Ducati and Harley Davidson also come here, display their models.
Yeah, we've worked with most of them by now, including, as you said, Ducati, Harley, BMW,
BMW, Aprilia.
Aprilia. So Honda also we did.
Honda, we did an event as well with Honda as well.
Yeah, so as I said, even brands have been super supportive. I think overall in the community, we didn't have a space like this. So somewhere we are trying to fill that gap, which was much needed, I think. And I think at the end of the day, everybody wants quality, whether it comes to food or the space or the ambience that you talk about. Bikers, ऐसा नहीं है ना, bikers को आप धूल मिट्टी में बैठा दो, चलो बेचारे धूल मिट्टी में राइड करके आ रहे हैं. Even when we are on the highways, we look for places which are air conditioned, which has clean restrooms. So basic necessities what we are trying to fulfill.
But I think clean restrooms should come first.
100%. Basically, bikers don't deserve any less here. हम लोग भी इसी society का part हैं. अगर everybody wants to go to a good restaurant to have their meal, so should we.
I've seen a lot of hotels all across the country. They have a separate parking for bikers, and then they have a separate parking for people coming in cars.
Yes,
Now
we have
imagine
it,
if there is a motorcycle that costs 40 lakh rupees. That's more expensive than any
Most
mass
of the cars
market car.
there, yeah,
but
yeah.
still they are told just park outside.
Just park it outside.
somewhere else.
It's a challenge. I hope this changes with time. And it's not even about how expensive the bikes are. It's just that people tend
Equal
to.
respect basically as
Yeah,
a biker as well as the car driver.
Also, I think people tend to mess with the bikes more, right? What can you do? Car is an enclosed vehicle, right? You can't do much with the car. But on the bike, somebody will go sit, they'll fidget with your gears on it, switch gear, instrumentation, or whatever.
If there are kids,
You don't
they
want
want to sit on the bike.
Yeah, you don't want those things happening to your bike, irrespective of what it costs you.
Yeah.
I think for every biker, it's very important. So for us, the bikers, the
I think just for the-
parking is right up
just
in
for the
front of
fun
the
of
restaurant.
it,
The
you-
cars are on the side.
Yeah, that's what we did for the fun of it.
Okay. You also mentioned some teething issues. So what were those challenges? If you want to specify as the top three ones, right from the time you actually thought about this, and then when you actually started setting everything up, what were those major challenges that you
I think
faced?
the biggest challenge when we were starting is we didn't know when to start because we were hiring staff, we were doing trials of the menu, but we didn't know when are we ready. Like, are we ready yet? Are we ready yet? When do we launch? When do we launch? And then finally, my sister, she's also a partner, Sunita. We are three partners basically in the business. So she was like, yeah, let's just do it because there'll never be a day where we are perfect in anything. We'll have to work while we are live. So, and that's what we did, and I'm glad we did because otherwise we wouldn't have opened for another 2 months. It would have just kept going. So initially, I think the biggest challenge was hiring the staff, then keeping the staff, because when you launch a restaurant, you don't get work immediately, right? You like first 6 months, there's no work. Like on the weekend, yes, but then overall, there's hardly any work for them. So they also kind of either get bored or they look for better opportunities because it's a matter of skill. So they don't want to sit here and ruin that. I'm not saying that they are at fault here. I think every restaurant will face that issue. So staffing is
This
one.
would be a issue wherein this is basically a restaurant that came from the scratch. Like it's not a
Yeah.
franchisee option or something that you take a name and you run that business
It's
and
not
you're
a
already
chain.
getting the business from day one itself. The restaurant that came from the scratch, so obviously like you mentioned, in the beginning itself, people usually come on a Sunday. People like you, example, you came. I think you searched this place at some point and you searched and got to know about the bikers one. That's how you turned up here. A lot of guys we met like that and became friends. Service would be the next issue, probably, wherein we never expected how to cater to 25-30 people at one go and making sure that the rest of the couple of people who have come here, they also get the
That
food
we are
at the
still
same
learning
time.
because bikers, they ride in huge groups, and when they come and they say, "Ki, okay, we want 30 sandwiches, but you're two grillers, you can't make 30 sandwiches in
You
one
have to
go."
differentiate
And
the
then they start
non-veg and the
comparing.
veg.
कि, यार उसका sandwich आ गया, मेरा नहीं है. हमने साथ में order किया
So
था.
that was the fun part of it, wherein we learned how to deal with it.
But
Still trying to figure it out.
yeah.
I think the third issue would be
Third issue, I think overall the structure that we have built, because it was not in some ready-made mall or a ready-made building, we have completely built it from scratch, and we didn't have like a lot of funds. Like we don't come from business families. It's not like there was enough money to just throw at the business. So everything was done on a tight budget. So operationally, initially we had some challenges like कहीं से पानी leak हो रहा है. There's some challenges with the your sensors in the urinals in the washrooms, or some equipment in the kitchen is not working. Coffee machine has some issue. Grinder.
we changed the grinder three times in the
Three times
first month itself.
initially. Yeah, we were not able to find the right setting for the beans. So these are few issues, but I still feel that these are the issues which every restaurant faces. But for us, there were some more challenges operationally because the structure was built by us. It was not a ready-made building. So only with time we got to know that there
works
are
best
certain
and-
fixes which were needed, or certain maintenance things. I think they are ever going also. Like even till date, whether it's electrical, plumbing, I think these kind of things will keep going forever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I know you guys have been active for the last 1 year or so.
We have been operational, yeah, since a year.
Okay, so where do you guys see the barn in the next few years from now?
Definitely try to have more versions of it in different cities and different regions, wherever we feel there's a bigger cluster of motorcycling community, and
Be a part of
definitely
events as well.
Events for sure. We want to cover as many events as possible across the
Have a
country.
mobile version of the barn.
Have a mobile version of the barn, so
That
we
would be
can
great.
go to these places. So we are not just here, but across the country. Then we also have planned to start a club, an exclusive club for the bikers. That's in the plans. So hopefully by next year we should have the club up and running. For this space also we are
have
still
a lot
not
of opportunities,
done.
basically.
There are a lot of opportunities because the way the space is created, there's a long way to go. So we are doing it phase wise. The restaurant was set up. Then we did the hostel. We've got the workshop up and running with path pavers. Now we have a retail stop.
We have still
for the
space
bike
left.
lanes.
Like if anyone, any brand wants to be a part and wants to
Yeah.
work together, we still have
So
a
you
lot
want
of
to bring
space.
more brands to us, so people can, you know, have more options basically when they visit a place like this.
And for events as well, we have a stage.
We have a
Basically,
stage. We
it's
want
an
to
open
do more
stage.
events, gigs, whether it's like live music or stand-ups or whatever.
Even for bike launches.
Even motorcycle launches. We've done few in the past. We want to do more of those. We have a huge open space outdoors. We have a beautiful stage here to host those events. Right now, I think most of the brands are doing in the
Banquets.
banquet halls of the hotels. I think this makes so much more sense for the brands to be out there. So, a lot of there, a
It's
lot
a
of stuff
different
to
space
do.
basically. Like
Yeah.
you don't get to see the space unless and until people don't come here. Even
Yeah.
when someone calls, I ask them if it's possible, just come and visit the space.
Yeah.
This is a space that you wouldn't find elsewhere. In Gurgaon, to be a part of the city, majorly I've seen it's more of a dusty city, but to have a space which has a greenery, have a evening coffee over here with the sunset
Spend
happening.
some time here.
It's a
I
good space.
think that's when people get to realize the kind of space that we've created. So I think there are a lot of plans,
We're taking
but
it
we're just
step by
taking it
step,
slow,
yeah.
step by step. Yes, one thing at a time.
Finally, what message would you like to share to the motorcycling community and everyone who's interested in motorcycles, small capacity, big capacity?
I think don't be a jerk would be my first message to the community, because see, the thing is, already I think bikers are infamous somehow in the community, not community, sorry, the society, how we are looked at. We really need to change that image of bikers. Don't do stupid stuff, don't do stunts, don't trouble people, follow traffic rules, follow the law. I mean, there are spaces to do everything. You want to go off-roading, go do it on the trails. You want to do stunts, there are tracks, there are arenas where you can go and do those things. Just don't do it on the roads. People are like, right here in our parking, people are doing burnouts, they're doing wheelies here and whatnot. These are not the spaces to do those kind of
It's not a
things.
safe space to do it basically.
So it's everybody's responsibility. It has to be a collaborative effort from the community motorcycling to change that image, what people have in mind, right? We are just regular people, right? Outside, if you're not riding motorcycles,
Yeah.
we are just regular people. If you meet us in the city or go to a typical restaurant or wherever you meet others, you will not tell that he's a motorcyclist. And the way you behave, especially when they're riding in these huge groups, I don't even call them group rides anymore, they're more like parades now. There are 100 bikers riding together and trying to be the bully on the road. Don't do those kind of things. You're just ruining everybody's image with that. So I think
Yeah.
for me, the biggest message is don't be a jerk. Try to be a gentleman. Try to be good. You'll do something good to the community.
And I think when it comes to uh, new kids who want to learn or get inside the motorcycling part of it, like have this passion and want to buy a bike, I would say just go slow. Don't get influenced by influencers on YouTube or any other platform. They have a different journey. The journey is different. Your journey is different.
Yeah.
Don't just keep comparing yourself and just trying to replicate things that if that guy does it, it's okay. So it's not probably. Follow the rules, like you mentioned. Follow the safety protocol. Have a bike, have the gears. Make sure that you're riding with all the gears. Follow the rules and just be safe on the road for yourself and for the others as well. It's
Yeah.
very important to make sure that when you're riding, you don't create an issue for someone else. Because of one mistake, there are a couple of lives that are running on the road as well along
Yeah.
with you. So it's a scary world out. So just be careful. That's
I've seen a
all I
lot
would
of
say.
new riders straight away jump to inline fours and leader
I
class
think
motorcycles.
that basically stems from that they are not riding for themselves. They are riding for others.
Yeah.
If you have not earned that, I think you're just doing it for social media. You're just doing it for few likes, shares, and whatever. That's the dangerous part to be in. If
Yeah,
you
risking
really
your
want
life
to,
as
yeah,
well,
if you
that-
really want to learn motorcycling, start from a smaller cc. Start with a 350. Get better at it. So people move very fast to upgrade their bikes. They don't upgrade their skills at the same speed. So that's why I think it's very important, especially for the new riders. Start with a small bike, and especially in a country like us, there's no place first of all, for leader class bikes. I mean, I'm not saying market wise, but on the roads I'm talking about. Have your like 1000cc bike or leader class bike when you are able to take it to a track, or you can afford to go to a track in the first place.
Have a budget. Basically,
Don't
don't
ride
fix in
it
the
on
budget.
public roads, doing 200, 300s for a few likes. It's not
You
worth it.
spoke about the skill set as well.
Yeah.
I think a big part of that skill set is to actually know how do these motorcycles function as well. I see a
knowing
lot
your
of
right.
people throw money on the table, get the motorcycles, but they don't even know how to just make a few tweaks. They don't even know how to adjust the suspension.
Because they've bought the bike for the pictures.
Yeah, if you set it properly, what the bike would do, what is
There's a
what
lot
is
of things
rebound,
that
what
you
is
can learn.
compression.
Yeah, but people don't take that effort.
We see that every other
Every
day.
day.
You'll see the bikers. So we see all kinds of bikers here.
Yeah.
You'll see the matured ones. You'll see the seasoned ones. Then you'll also see some newbies. And then you'll find some really responsible ones also. And then you'll find really reckless ones as well. You can identify them immediately.
It's all in the same space itself. But again, when you talk about skill set, it's very important because
Yeah.
you buy a bike. We had people who bought their first bike as a S1000R, but to have that skill set to manage that bike and to make sure that you ride it in a way that is meant for the bike. Basically, if you want to ride a bike like that, you need a track. You can't ride it on the road and doing insane speeds, which is illegal speeds, I would say.
I don't know
on the
internationally
roads.
if any country have if there's a system like that where to have a 1000cc or leader class bike you need to have some experience or prior experience to be riding into bikes or motorcycles. I don't know if there's a system
License
like that.
mentioned over there, na?
I think
A2
today
license and
kids
even
18 years and 19 years old they have 1000cc bikes. I mean, it should not be happening.
And I don't think they know anything about the bike.
I think
They
the
just
loans
know-
have to be really expensive for that.
I think we all like to ride fast, but I think we only ride fast if you have a certain experience.
Experience and when you know what
Yeah,
you're
You
doing.
know that where you are
and where
what
you
you're
are
doing and
Yeah.
what space you're
it's a
riding.
safe space.
Public roads are not for doing 200s and 300s there, especially not India.
We are all guilty. So
But if you have that kind of an adrenaline, I think it's best to spend some money, go to the track,
Yeah.
spend that, use that bike on the track.
I
It's
think
meant
we're
for that.
digressing. I mean, this topic can go on forever.
Yeah.
yeah. I think the video is going
Waste
to
your time
become
on
super
this.
long, but it's always interesting to have these conversations because such conversations, especially in the motorcycling community,
Yeah.
are hard to find. I know a lot of influential, journalists and people in the motorcycling space are trying to do this, which is great. But I think it's always a pleasure to have these conversations.
Always. We can talk motorcycles all day long.
Awesome. So, thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man.
Johnson.
Thank you so much for doing
Sandeep.
this.
Thank you, guys.
Pleasure.
Thank you for sticking by, and I will see you in the next one.
And we'll see you at the barn.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.